CBS News estimates that Ronald Reagan has been re-elected president. The question remains, how big a mandate is he likely to get? Mondale has yet to win a state, but as expected, we estimate that he has carried the District of Columbia, which gives Mondale 3 electoral votes.
During the 3 elections of the 1980s, the Democrats had won a smaller share of the available electoral college votes than in any 3 consecutive election sequence since the formation of the modern party system in 1828. It was not an exaggeration when commentators and strategists talked about a Republican lock on the Electoral College.
We were out of power, we were out of ideas, and completely out of touch with the country, so we had to reconnect.
A bunch of governors and senators, congressmen, including Bill Clinton and Al Gore, Sam Nunn, Chuck Robb, Dick Gebhardt, formed the Democratic Leadership Council. I formed it with them.
We want to change the Democratic Party. We want to change America.
We're trying to move the country forward into the future.
From the very beginning, party leaders were against the formation of the DLC. They tried to block us from even starting. Once we got underway, they said we weren't real Democrats. You don't have any diversity. You're the Southern White Boys Caucus. You're Democrats for the leisure class.
Feuding with the DLC, Jesse Jackson was not invited to speak and chose not to attend, though he did make it to a nearby Cleveland Union Hall.
Labor and the DLC were on a collision course. They were hard over on the issue of trade, and it was clear that they were very much threatened by the DLC.
In order to get the attention and change a party, frankly, you can't do it in a nice, friendly way. You have to have a fight, because if you don't have a fight, no one's going to pay attention to you.
We realized that if we only followed democratic orthodoxy, we would lose.
But there always was the fear in the back of your head that this is too ambitious.
We had to actually bruise a few sacred cows. And then, of course, some of the herd starts to turn on you, but that's natural.
We knew that once people understood what we stood for, they'd rally to our support.
And we believe that in this country, freedom, duty, choice, responsibility are all words which are inextricably interlinked.
We not only had to show how the Democratic Party would be viable again, but we had to figure out how to actually solve the country's problems.
The way we came back was on an idea-based platform. National service, AmeriCorps, welfare reform, charter schools, community policing, and reinventing government. We were an insurgency.
Yeah, we were a threat because with our ideas, we were going to change the power arrangements in the party. At 4 o'clock on April 6, 1989, I walked into the governor's office in Little Rock, Arkansas, to recruit Bill Clinton to become chairman of the DLC. When he started as chairman, the first thing we did was we laid out our philosophy, the New Orleans Declaration. We adopted basically a new platform for the Democratic Party.
A lot of principles that are really just common sense, but it's a sign of what a hole we were in as a party.
Clinton's speech at Cleveland was the most important speech he ever gave in his life. We put 3 words into the lexicon: opportunity, responsibility, and community.
Our burden is to give the people a new choice rooted in old values. A new choice that is simple, that offers opportunity, demands responsibility, gives citizens more say, provides them responsive government, all because we recognize that we are a community, we're all in this together, and we're going up or down together.
And for the first time ever, you had a clear, easily understandable concept of what the DLC was.
We had a message that we could take to every American.
We went around and we were in 25 states. We weren't doing political fundraising. We weren't doing regular organizing. We were meeting with small groups of people and talking about the ideas that came to define the campaign.
Sometime within the next 17 months, Democrats must find someone not only willing to carry the party banner, but also able to convince the majority of U.S. citizens who now support President Bush that Democrats have an alternative worth listening to.
The right ideas were more important even than improving technology, organization, or fundraising. That sounds obvious today, but then it was revolutionary.
Government's responsibility is to create more opportunity for everybody. and our responsibility is to make the most of it. And that is why today I proudly announce my candidacy for President of the United States of America.
Our challenge was to convince those voters that Governor Clinton was different than the Democrats they've been voting against.
What I think we have to do is invest in American jobs, American education, control American health care costs, and bring the American people together again.
A government that offers a hand up, not a handout. That is what we offer, and that is what tomorrow we will begin to work to provide to all of you.
Every principle that we outlined led to policies.
And we never could have seen those achievements if the seed work had not been done by all of the work of the DLC leading into the years of the Clinton-Gore administration.
Let us not forget that our work has just begun, that we still have so much more to do.
The New Democrat principles are as viable and valid today as they were in 1992.
Richer, safer, smarter, and stronger. That's what the driving force of these ideas have led us to be.
What America needs is a new set of ideas to further those principles. And that's the challenge that candidates are going to face in 2016.
I think reinvention, if you will, is important. Thomas Jefferson said, a revolution about every 20 years is not bad.
If you want to play the long game, solve people's problems and they'll remember you for it.
We're not here to save the Democratic Party. We're here to save the United States of America. Thank you very much, and God bless you.